the level of ridicule that I did in the early mid-90s, one of two things happens. Either it destroys you and you withdraw from the world, or you let go of the prison that most people live in, which is the fear of what other people think. Most people are not living their lives. They're not living who they are. They're living what they think others think they should be. And therefore, they're living a lie. They're living someone else's version of them. What happened to me as a result of that massive ridicule is that I let go of the fear of what other people thought. And when you do that, it's indescribable what that does, because no more mental gymnastics before you open your mouth. What do I say here?
They want you, don't they?
Hello? Hello, darling. Yeah, I'm in the middle of an interview. Would you like to be part of it? No. All right, that's good. I will. All right, darling. See you later. Bye. No, you were very good. You were very good. Bye. What I did was let go of that fear of what other people thought of me, and the freedom is indescribable. Because, like I say, you don't have the mental gymnastics. How do I put this so they won't think I'm crazy? What do I leave out so they won't think I'm crazy? You reach this point where this is me, and I don't give a damn if you think I'm crazy. So,
how did you do that?
Well, it's something that comes from letting go of the fear of what other people think. You know, I mean, if you ask people to write down, say, their top 5 fears, all over the world, invariably, the vast majority would include speaking in public, right? Mm. What is the fear of speaking in public? It's the fear of what other people think.
Ridicule, shame.
Yeah, it's the fear of what other people think. Mm. So when you stand on a stage, if you fear what other people think, you can be nervous because the power dynamic is with the audience, because they are going to decide if you feel secure or not. So you're scanning the audience as you're speaking, and you're looking for reaction. What do they think of it? That power is there. Mm. Once you let go of the fear of what other people think, you can speak to 100 people or 1,000,000 people. It doesn't matter, because the dynamic has changed. The dynamic now says, this is my truth, and I respect your right to make of it what you will and come to your own conclusion. But this is my truth, and your reaction is not going to affect my truth. So however you react to what I'm saying, whether you like it, whether you laugh at it, or whether you condemn it, it doesn't matter to me. Mm. Because it's my truth and I have a right to speak it. My truth and my security is not dependent on other people's reaction to me. Mm. That's I completely respect their right to respond as they choose. But I have a right too not to be affected by it. And so in that way, you can get ridiculed in the street and it don't really affect you. You just shake your head and walk on. And sometimes it's an interesting experience, really. Sometimes.
Do you have a bite?
Well, one very rarely I have long ago. Mm. But one of the things I have done when people have been laughing at me, the bloke, I've stopped and I've started laughing at them and pointing at them. If I've got someone with me, oh, look, you want to see the absolute anger on their faces and the indignation. And you think, hold on a minute, I'm just mirroring you back at you. Yeah. You know, and that's an interesting point about, human interaction. When we say something about someone, or do something about someone, we think that that's making a statement about the someone. It's not. Every time it's making a statement about us by what we are, by what we say and what we do. But people don't see that. And this is why people don't see so often that they are mirrors of that they rail against. You know, if you take this progressive mentality, like I say, I'm not talking about a liberal mentality. I'm a liberal. If you look at the definition of the dictionary definition of liberal, it is someone who believes in